everybody. Hey, hey, hey. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Happy Tuesday. I know I haven't been on a while, but I got to get on to encourage somebody, okay? So I hope everybody is having a phenomenal day. All right. So today what I want to talk about is boundaries, right? So the caption is you must set boundaries with people, right? Because if you don't set boundaries with people, you won't have any peace, right? People will think that they can do and say whatever they want to say to you. They will continue to borrow money from you. They will continue to um e- uh exploit you, right? If you don't set boundaries with people, right? Everybody should have boundaries, right? Things, rules, or things that you feel that are comfortable for you, right? And if you don't, yeah, people will just take an advantage of you. So that's what I want to encourage somebody today. You got to set some boundaries. And a lot of times we don't have the peace that we want because we haven't set any boundaries, right? We haven't, told people, what we like, what we don't like, right? How we feel about a certain situation, right? We haven't set up any boundaries. So yeah, you got to set up boundaries, right? You can't keep allowing people to borrow money from you. There are some you don't always have to say yes to any and everything, right? If someone asks you to do something, I had to learn this, right? Sometimes you got to think about it. Sometimes you got to sleep on it, right? Sometimes when people ask you to do something or they want something from you, they want an immediate answer, right? But it's important for us to know that we have to set boundaries with people, right? Because if not, people will take an advantage of us, right? And a lot of times we have found ourselves in situations because we think that it's okay, or we don't want to hurt anybody. Hey, thanks for joining. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, right? People may ask us, do you want to go somewhere? You don't want to go, but just because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, you go, right? You have to set boundaries with people. Saying no is okay, right? Hey, Michael, thanks for joining. You can say no, right? You can say no to someone, right? It don't always have to be a yes. And hey, thanks for joining. And a lot of times people are afraid or they can't live in peace because they have not set up boundaries with people. Hey, killer, thanks for joining. All right. So that's what I want to ask you. Have you set up boundaries with people, right? Hey Esther, have you set up boundaries with people, right? Have you established some boundaries in your life? And it's okay. It's okay to tell people no. I used to be a people pleaser, right? I used to be a people pleaser, and for the most part, everybody was happy except for me, right? People will, and sometimes people will be friend you if you don't set boundaries with people, right? Okay, if you don't learn that it's okay to tell people no, even in a relationship, if it's not okay with you, if something is not okay with you, you need to let somebody know. Hey, thanks for joining. Okay, so yeah, you got to set up boundaries with people. How are you guys with setting up boundaries? Are you a pushover, right? Are you a person that says yes to everything? You can't be like that because you won't have any peace. It can affect your mental health, all because you haven't set up boundaries with people. People will take an advantage of you. They'll take advantage of your good kindness. So that's what I want to come on here today is to encourage somebody. Please set up boundaries with people, even in a relationship. You may have family members, right? You may have family members that taking advantage of you, are taking an advantage of you now, right? You're always the go-to person. And a lot of times what happens is if you're always the go-to person, guess what? You could be drained, right? You could be drained, and you if you haven't set time for yourself, for self-care, right? You can become so drained that you won't even be able to help anybody. And like I said, I used to be a just I'm sorry, am I talking too loud? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm passionate, but thank y'all so much for joining. You said, how do you know how far or near to put boundaries? Okay, first you have to that's an excellent question, Thunder Man. First you have to establish anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. You got to set boundaries. Just for example, somebody asks you for some money. They didn't ask you for some money several times and haven't paid you back. Why do they keep coming back? Because you haven't set any boundaries. So whatever makes you feel uncomfortable, that's the place where you got to set up boundaries. You got to set up boundaries when you go to church. If not, people will wear you out. They'll wear you out. They'll give you all types of positions that you probably know you ain't qualified for. Why? Because you a yes person. And like I said, I was like that, right? I was a yes person. So Thunder Man, that's a I like grass. She said my dad said I'm annoying. All right, I can't tell you what to do about your parent, but everybody has to have boundaries with people because if not, you won't you gotta be encouraged to be your most powerful self, right? You gotta show up for yourself, and sometimes if you ain't showing up for yourself, you gonna always it's gonna be unhappiness, right? You won't feel fulfilled because you showing up for everybody else, but ain't nobody showing up for you. Come on now, get in a difficult situation and see the people that you go out on a limb for. See if those people will show up for you. Now, sometimes people can't, but in the event, if you're in a friendship, if you're the one that's always listening, y'all. Ooh, Michigan weather, ooh, it's something else, y'all. It was raining cats and dogs. Now I don't know what it's about to do. But I just want to say, if you're always the one giving, right? If you're always the one showing love, right? And you're not receiving nothing, please, you better set up some boundaries. You better set up some boundaries with people because people will take advantage of your good kindness. Like I said, y'all, I used to be a pushover. I was a punk. I was like, oh my God, I just couldn't find myself saying no because I didn't want to lose a friend, right? I didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but in the end, I was the one left without, right? Wasn't finding time for myself to work on my goals and dreams because I'm helping somebody else fulfill their visions and passion and everything like that. No, you can't do that, right? So that's what I want to Oh, thank you, River. That's what I want to tell you. Set boundaries. Set boundaries within relationships. Set boundaries when you go to church. If the offering plate come around and you ain't got it to give, or all you got is your light bill, you better not put it in that offering plate unless God tell you to do it. But if I'm not mistaken, it's a scripture in the Bible that says if you don't, you got to take care of your own first, right? That's your responsibility. And a lot of people feel pressure. Don't let nobody pressure you. And that's what a lot of people will do. They will pressure you, to do things that you're not comfortable with. So that's my encouragement to you, and I hope you are having a phenomenal, a great day. But my God, if you don't do nothing else, y'all, set some boundaries. And I'm telling you, if you're a person that haven't set boundaries, but now you're learning to do it, a lot of people gonna fall out with you. A lot of people not gonna be your friend, but guess what? That's all right, because you gonna have peace. You gonna have joy. You gonna have authentic relationships, right? People are just not gonna be in your life for what they can get. Why? Because you set up boundaries. Oh my God. If you want to weed out the people that is really not for you, sometimes you don't really know, if people are not for you. But tell the person, tell somebody no. Tell somebody, oh, I don't got it today, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, set boundaries with people, right? In relationships, in groups that you're in. Don't be afraid to tell people no, right? Don't make anyone make you feel uncomfortable, right? If it's something that you feel passionate about. Everybody have morals and values that they live by, right? That they believe in. You ain't gotta change for nobody. You ain't gotta change for nobody. That's what you believe, and you have a right. You have a right to keep your morals and your ethics, right? It may not be the same as everybody else, but please don't be a follower or just do things to be accepted, right? Show up in your most powerful self, right? And how are we gonna do that? We gonna set some boundaries, right? We gonna set some boundaries, and people might not like it. That's right. In relationships, that's what you have to do in the beginning, because if you don't do it, if you start doing it in the middle, it's gonna cause conflict, right? It's gonna cause discord, and it's okay, because guess what? You deserve peace, right? You deserve to have good mental health, right? A lot of times people are so depressed and have so much anxiety because they don't know how to say no, right? They don't know how to say no. So y'all, I love y'all. Y'all acting crazy in these comments. Somebody talking about my forehead, blame my daddy. Somebody said I'm Oprah. Y'all trolls, y'all a mess, but I love y'all anyway. Thanks for popping on for whatever. Hey, from uh shout out to India, right? All right. I like grass. You said I get a life. Golly, y'all trolls don't have nothing to do but bother somebody. But I love y'all anyway. You said, "How are you?" Kyle. Oh, I like that name. That's my nephew's name. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm so happy to be on here. Even if the trolls on here. I love live streaming because I just love to talk to people, right? But let me see these comments. You said I got into an argument, Johnny, with my mom. How can I apologize to her? Just say I'm sorry. Just say it. If she's not talking to you, text her. Just say you sorry, right? Sometimes you just have to take the L and say I'm sorry. Okay. Kay, laughing at my hairstyle. Don't worry about your mama's hairstyle. Why do we say African Americans, but we don't say Europeans Americans? Is it because you are the second class citizen? What? We all God's children. So how about that? God loves us all right? Okay, you said okay. Okay. Thank you, Thunder Man. Thank you, Miss. And you're beautiful too, right? I always say if you beautiful inside, you beautiful outside, right? How's my family, Tiny? My family is good. Thank you so much. Am I married? No, I'm single. Oh man, I'm single. Yeah, so y'all be encouraged today. And you know what I always say, and if this is your first time, thanks for joining. Pray that the sun is shining in your life, right? I pray that you show up as your best self every day. Every day. And if not, guess what? You tried, right? You tried. So I love y'all. I gotta go in for my appointment, y'all. Yeah, you said good encouragement. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you for joining, right? Hey Brian Smith, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I love y'all so much. And y'all, I wish I could live stream so much, but but I'm so busy, right? But I'm so happy for somebody to just come on, even if it's trolls. You know, I don't be blocking trolls, y'all. This is a free for all. You can say what you want as long as you don't be too crazy, right? But I just thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Like and subscribe to Unchurched Talk with the T, right? We talk about a variety of topics that interest you. Let me know if it's something that you want to talk about, right? Ask me a question, right? Anything, right? This is adult conversation, and a lot of times we can understand each other a little bit more. I'm talking about different cultures, and we may come from different backgrounds, but guess what? At the end of the day, we all God's people, right? We all under the sun, right? The sun is shining on all of us, right? So we must have something in common. Okay, so I love y'all so much. Have an amazing day. 30 man, you said you absolutely. A lot of times people focus so much on what we have, that we what we don't have in common. We have so much in common. We have family, right? Love is universal. Music is universal. It's so many things that we have in common. But a lot of people are so racist, right? So filled with hate that they can't find the common good in people. And I just believe good in everybody if you look hard enough, right? Well, not everybody. Some people is just something else, right? But I love you. Hey Kill, much love from Cali. Give us the one and and the tens, right? I told you I'm not the one, the two, nor the three. Right. Right, Kill. What is it Cal? Yes, yes, absolutely. So y'all, I gotta go back to work, but I'll try to come back on tomorrow because it's just so much that I want to say. Oh, it's this on Netflix. Y'all be looking for things to watch on Netflix, right? So it's this talking about boundaries, right? It's my coworker was telling me about this documentary, and it's called um Tell Them You Love Me, right? So I want to look at that tonight, and I'm gonna come back with my commentary, and we're gonna talk about it because we just talked about boundaries, right? But even in professional settings, and as being a professional, I gotta have boundaries, right? I can't be acting unprofessional with my clients and things like that. It's boundaries, even when you come. What a lot of people tell me, they say that they're not comfortable with their doctor. Why? If you go to the doctor's office, guess what? Your doctor work for you. So if you're a person that you do not feel comfortable with your doctor, you ain't set no boundaries. Because hey baby girl, if you haven't set boundaries with your doctor, You know what I'm saying? If your doctor is making you feel uncomfortable, not giving you the time, not answering your questions, a lot of doctors are not all the same. They are not created equal. Some of them are very unprofessional. So if you got a doctor that you don't like, you need to complain first of all, and you need to get you a physician that is going to make you feel comfortable, right? You need to do that. You need to set up boundaries. So y'all, tomorrow I'm going to watch Netflix special called Tell Them You Love Me, right? My coworker said watch that. She gave me a referral. So I want to talk about that cuz today, right, we talked about boundaries, right? And a lot of people do not have boundaries, and some people wind up in jail cuz they don't have no boundaries. They don't have any professional boundaries, right? Okay? So, I love y'all. Let me see what y'all saying. I don't want to miss nobody's comment. Thank you for joining. I love y'all so much. Fruity Pebble. Why do I read these trolls comment? Y'all need to get something better else to do than bother me. Okay. All right. So I ain't miss nobody's comment. I love y'all so much. Y'all have a wonderful day. And guess what? I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.